ever wonder how some people manage to commit some of the most gruesome murders and seem to not care about it, not care about the act, or even the people who are affected by their criminal activities? For today's book review, we will be looking at a book that was written by an American crime writer. Her name is Patricia Cornwell. The title of today's book that will be reviewed is Predator. And as you can see, and as I mentioned, the author of this book is Patricia Cornwell. I can tell you definitely that this is one of the most, I want to say, enthralling, interesting books that I've ever read. But then I've read so many books, some really, really good books. This is one of them. But can I ask you, I like to ask you questions. Get used to it. All right. How much do you know about psychopaths? And are you familiar with the term DID? DID is basically dissociative identity disorder, otherwise known as multiple personality disorder. If I should make that simple for you, do you know anybody who have two or more distinct personalities? And when I say two or more distinct personalities, I'm basically asking you, do you know a woman who is feminine at this very minute, and then in another moment that same person is a man? Yes, literally a man. Voice definitely sound like a man, dress like a man, do everything like a man. And to take it even further, guys, because I've read books where people have 3, 4, 5 different personalities. I mean, one person has 5 different personalities, and those 5 different personalities may range from being a small child to an adult female to an old man to a teenager. What else? But guys, for real, these issues exist. Based on my research though, they are rare. All right, I'll be telling you how all of that connects with the book soon, but just to give you a little, just for persons who may not be aware of these facts, that these things are actually out there and they are real. And I started off too by asking you if you ever wonder how people out there go about committing crimes, and I think about what are the possibilities, what are the odds that those persons are actually psychopaths, or that they are affected by multiple personality disorders. Just to tell you people, it is said that these things are usually induced, these mental health issues are generally induced by very severe trauma. And to give you example, incidences of rape, for example, a child who was raped or molested or who was physically abused, or persons who have been isolated, abandoned. And when I say this, I mean that they have been abused in the most severe and inhumane way. So in becoming a psychopath, that child or that individual had to come up with some ways of coping, and their way of coping basically it's not normal. It doesn't tie in with what we know or what we expect culturally. But hey, they had to do what they had to do to cope, and their coping in the end is what we are experiencing, the aftermath of violence. Now, how does all of that tie into this book of Predator? Predator was written in, well, it was released in 2005. The author is Patricia Cornwell, and as usual, I will put the link in the description for you if you want to get your own copy of the book. I will put the link in the description below so you can have access to it. It is a very insightful book. It teaches you so much. I mean, it pulls you in. It allows you to empathize with the characters. It pulls your mind, it captivates your mind, and allows you to see things from the perspectives of so many other people. Now, of course, I don't usually tell you everything about my book, about the books that I read, because I want you to go out and to get your own book and to read as well, right? But this book basically talks about a psychopath who goes about in the most intelligent way, killing people, slaughtering people. The police had their hands full trying to figure out who this killer is. This person, you hear me saying E? Don't be misled by that, okay? This person is very crafty, very smart, very tactful in the way he goes about, or the way that this person goes about doing the crimes. The police had their, a difficult time pinning the crime on any particular person. But in the end of it though, what we got to realize, or in the conclusion, we found out that the killer, I'm wondering what I should tell you, and how much I should tell you. But the killer, I mean, what do I say? Do I tell you that it's a female? Do I tell you that it's a male? The killer was so many different persons, but it was one person. Yeah. Remember I told you what multiple personality disorder is? Yes. So the killer had several personalities. I wonder if I know anybody out there walking around like that. Do you know anybody like that? Yes, but it was actually one person doing the killing, but that one person was many persons in one. I don't know if you fully understand what I'm saying, but say you're looking at me sitting here, so you know that I am Jody. Hey, how are you doing? I don't know how well I did that. But for the person, so you're looking at me, Jody, and I'm talking to you, you're familiar with my voice, you see me, you understand me, you get my vibe, and then I become a child, or I become an old man. And when I say become an old man, I start acting like an old man, I start speaking like an old man. No, I do not look like an old man, I still look like me, but my entire behavior, the way that I speak, everything about me changes to reflect that old man. Can you imagine how scary that is? I mean, to actually know somebody like that. And guys, I've read several books that speak on the topic, and I've even watched a movie. I think I will review a movie soon, very shortly, about something very similar. But there are people out there who are seriously affected by this issue. I mentioned already that these people are usually those who experience severe trauma, and it was a similar case with the killer in this book. When the killer, when this person was going around killing people, right? I can't even tell you a name because this person went by several names too, right? They went by several names. When this person was a child, I think, I think really the person is a female. Yeah, it's a female that was going around killing all of those people. But when he was doing the killing, he became when she was doing the killing, she became a male. So I don't know what to tell you that the name of the person in the book is who did all the killing, because They had so many different personalities. But guys, I promise you, you won't regret reading this book. For those persons who like a thrill, you like the thrill, you like the excitement, you like the suspense, you love drama. Trust me, it's worth the read. It's worth the read. It gives you something to think about. It's not boring. It's very enthralling. It pulls you in. It makes you want to dig a little deeper. It makes you wonder about the world out there around you that we live in, the people who we live among. It's a very good book. So check it out. And if you're interested in psychology, I mean, you can learn about the psychopaths and the multiple personality disorders. There are many different types of personality disorders out there, but multiple personality disorder is one of them. And multiple personality, like it suggests, is a person who has several different personalities. Alright, so that is what this book entitled Predator is all about, by Patricia Cornwell. Check the link in the description below and get your copy, read it. I promise you. I promise. Yes. You will not forget it. Right, it will give you something to think about. Very good job though, Patricia Cornwell. You did an excellent job. I really enjoyed reading this book. It kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I'm sure it will do the same for you. All right, so Predator, Patricia Cornwell, check it out.